The odds of you existing were almost zero. Your life began as the ultimate biological survival race. During sexual intercourse, nearly 300 million sperm entered the vagina at the same time. But within seconds, millions of them were destroyed by the acidic vaginal environment, while others flowed back out or lost direction. Only a small number found temporary protection in the seminal fluid, allowing them to move forward. This was not just reproduction, this was survival, where more than 99.9% failed. The first major obstacle was the cervix. Under normal conditions, the cervix remains tightly closed, acting as a biological fortress. However, during ovulation, the cervix opens slightly, and the cervical mucus changes from thick and hostile to thin and watery. This change selectively allows the healthiest and most motile sperm to pass through. Once inside the uterus, the journey became even dangerous. The female reproductive immune system recognized the sperm as foreign invaders. White blood cells, leukocytes, attacked and destroyed thousands of them. At the same time, uterine muscular contractions helped propel some sperm forward, but many were still eliminated. By this point, only a few thousand sperm remained alive. The sperm then reached a critical decision point, the entrance to the fallopian tubes. There are two tubes, but only one contains the egg. Half of the sperm traveled toward the empty tube and failed immediately. The others followed a faint chemical signal, chemoattractants, released by the egg. Those that chose correctly now faced another challenge. They had to swim upstream against the movement of microscopic hair-like structures called cilia, which were actively pushing the egg in the opposite direction toward the uterus. As the sperm approached the egg, chemical changes in the female reproductive tract triggered a process called capacitation, followed by hyperactivation. Their movement became powerful, rapid, and erratic. They were no longer swimming smoothly, they were using their final energy reserves to survive. Only a few dozen sperm reached the egg. The egg was surrounded by protective layers, the corona radiata and the zona pellucida. To penetrate these layers, the sperm released digestive enzymes from a cap on their head called the acrosome. This process is known as the acrosome reaction. Then a single sperm fused with the egg's plasma membrane. In that instant, a powerful electrical and chemical reaction occurred. The zona pellucida hardened, forming a fertilization membrane that blocked all other sperm from entering. This is called the cortical reaction. The race was over. Inside the egg, the male and female pronuclei, each carrying 23 chromosomes, were drawn together by microtubules. They fused to form a complete set of 46 chromosomes, creating a unique genetic code. You were now a zygote. The zygote began dividing through mitosis while traveling toward the uterus. It first formed a solid ball of cells called a morula, then developed into a hollow structure known as a blastocyst. About 5 to 6 days after fertilization, the blastocyst hatched from the zona pellucida and implanted itself into the endometrium, the lining of the uterus. This process is called implantation. Once implanted, the blastocyst released hormones, especially human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG, which prevented menstruation and signaled the body to support pregnancy. Development accelerated rapidly. By week 5, the primitive heart tube began to beat. By week 9, fingers, toes, facial features, and major organs had formed, and the embryo officially became a fetus. A complex life support system developed, the placenta and umbilical cord. These structures allowed oxygen, nutrients, amino acids, and fats to pass from the mother to the fetus, while waste products like carbon dioxide and urea were removed. Importantly, the mother's blood and fetal blood never mixed. The fetus was protected by amniotic fluid, a waxy coating called Vernix caseosa, and fine hair known as Lanugo. Around week 28, the fetus opened its eyes for the first time. The brain continued forming millions of neural connections. By 38 weeks, the fetus was fully developed, measuring about 50 centimeters and weighing roughly 3,000 grams. After 9 months of continuous growth and preparation, the life support system disconnected. The lungs took their first breath of air. The greatest survival story in biology had reached its end. You were born.